Debrah Ouma-Weya is a women's and leadership champion, speaker, and coach in training. She co-founded Positive Circles, a community designed to help women make informed, empowered life choices across personal growth, business, and financial well-being. Deeply passionate about self-love as a practice and menstrual justice as a right, Deborah is creating safe spaces for women to embrace every season of womanhood, from menstruation to menopause, with confidence, knowledge, and community.
Women need to come out more clearly and more openly. Don't wait to be asked. If you see a fellow woman, especially younger, be that big sister or big auntie who's able to help them.
Okay, so thank you for coming, Deborah.
Thank you for
I
having
really
me.
appreciate it.
I do too.
Awesome. So you just had an event on menopause, and unfortunately I couldn't come, but I know that it was successful, and I really want to hear about how that was and who you got together and what the feedback was like.
Oh, great. Yes, we really missed you,
Yeah.
Alma.
I'm
And I
sorry,
wish
I'm
we would have
sorry.
lunch together.
I'm
But it was
sorry.
really nice. So Bloom Beyond, conversations on menopause, perimenopause, and womanhood. I think it was quite a success.
Yeah.
Because menopause and perimenopause are two topics that are hardly ever discussed. And many women go through it unseen, unheard,
Yeah.
and most often gaslit by the medical community. So it was really good to have doctors who are panelists, who get it, who understand it,
Yeah.
and who are willing to talk about it from the scientific way. And it was also good to have a platform to give women so that they're able to understand their bodies, what's happening, the changes that are happening, both physical
Yeah.
and mental, emotional,
Yeah.
and giving them tools that they can use to advocate for themselves. Because
Yeah.
advocacy as a woman
Absolutely.
is everything.
Absolutely. I'd imagine you're trying to just normalize the conversations
Yeah.
around it
Yeah.
and get people talking about it, because I always just think about our moms, our poor moms who just went through this thing silently and didn't have anyone to talk to about it. So
Yeah. What's interesting is that we always assume that our mothers went through about it silently.
yeah.
But I feel women between themselves, they do talk, and especially if you ask them.
Yeah.
All the older women who I was talking to about the event, all
Yeah.
of them have a menopause story.
Yeah.
Including a woman that I worked with a
Yeah.
few years ago. And she was telling me, do you know, I was going through menopause at that
At work.
time. And she was managing it using fenugreek. And it was a natural herb. And she understood what's happening. And she's been able to help and support others understand themselves. So I feel like women need to come out more clearly and more openly. Don't wait to be asked. If you see a fellow woman, especially younger, be that big sister or big auntie who's able to help them even as they're coming into this transition.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what were the key takeaways in that event for you?
For me,
at least.
yeah, definitely. I think for me, the key takeaway is that estrogen is, I love the way one of the panelists, Dr. Rosalind Gogi, put it. She says that estrogen is our guardian angel.
Yeah, I've heard these things.
Yes.
I've heard estrogen
Yes,
is the magical
it is the
hormone
magical
at that time.
hormone that gives us so much vitality, that gives us our vibrancy. It's a metabolic hormone. So once we start getting into decline, and by the way, we get into decline in our 20s, but it's just that into our 30s, 40s, 50s, the decline is rapid.
Yeah.
So it works. We have estrogen receptors throughout our bodies,
Yeah.
in your heart,
Yeah.
on your skin, on your organs. So once the estrogen starts declining, then as you
Everything
know,
else
everything
falls apart.
else is starting to get into decline,
Yeah.
and you become so susceptible. Your skin starts changing. That's why your skin starts changing. Your hair is thinning. You experience dryness. And but there's help. There's
Yeah.
hormonal replacement therapy,
Therapy.
which you should talk to your doctor about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of help that can be given. Diabetes and other lifestyle diseases, we start experiencing women start overtaking men when they're in menopausal age. So if you are handling your perimenopause and menopause well, then you keep at bay so many things that could happen in terms of your physical and your mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that the decline in estrogen also increases your chances of certain diseases, heart disease, dementia, and things like that.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I think that's, if nothing at all, that should be informing your choices in deciding whether to go on hormone therapy or not. I just don't see a way around it, to be honest.
I don't think there's any way around it. I'm not a doctor, but what we discussed already is pointing that any woman who's getting into their 30s needs to understand this. The estrogen receptors are everywhere. That means if they're on your brain starts shrinking. We all know what happens. So as you've said, it's so important to know this, have awareness so that you can advocate for yourself better when you get into and see your doctor. Also, it helps you make a decision on which is the right doctor for you to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I just hope that, I think that women's health generally is, funding into women's health needs a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope having these talks, having these conversations opens up the door as well in making sure that we're putting money towards funding women's health and research around menopause and women's health
in
issues
general
as well.
Unfortunately, we've always lived in a very patriarchal world.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So women's issues are never on the forefront, including women's health. But I know one call to action that I feel very strongly about is that African women need to fund African women's health.
Absolutely.
And I feel like at such a point in time when we are making more money than we have ever made, then it's incumbent on us to support other African women scientists because they are there to fund their research, because nobody, and I'm telling you, nobody is funding them.
Yeah.
Most of the money that's going into medical research is going into the big ones, into cancer, which is good.
Yeah.
It's going to malaria. Even malaria, I think after COVID, that's when there was really a big push for research.
Yeah.
And there was a breakthrough in that. But as an African woman, I'm not speaking as a medic, as I'm speaking as an African woman who has a voice and who has resources. I feel like we can't wait for other bodies to fund us. And that's a conversation we need to take very seriously.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think what age do you think that we need to start paying attention as women to and start really listening to our bodies so that we can be ahead of the perimenopause shift?
I think, I think for me, like those conversations need to start from when girls are little. Yeah, you know, from the age
just
of,
like we have the period talks.
You have the period
talk, the menopause
and
talks.
then you have the sex talk. When you get into teenagehood.
Yeah.
Then in your 20s, you usually have like a pregnancy talk, like getting ready for motherhood, and into your 30s. And then everybody just stops talking. But one thing is that I feel, it might be controversial, but I feel like women are only good up until childbearing age. After childbearing age, it's like you're a bit of like
it's
like your usefulness is kind of like
you're damaged
done.
Goods. You're done.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah. And even when you listen to rhetoric, especially now red pill rhetoric, if you listen to the health in terms of how the follow-up is done for women, it's mostly a lot of attention is given to women in reproductive age. So it's incumbent on us again as women, past the age of 40 into your 50s, to seek out this information for yourself. But we have good doctors like Dr. Dorcas Mushiri. We've got the International Menopause Society. There are lots of resources, and there are lots of content creators who are also medically trained, who are giving out a lot of
Yeah,
information.
yeah,
Locally also, we have
yeah.
Dr. Kabugo, who's really be at the forefront in terms of speaking this. So let's keep having discussions with girls, because we are always evolving. A woman's body is always changing. It's
Absolutely.
always changing. By the time you're in your 30s, in your 40s, it's changing. And it's
Yeah.
upon us to embrace the change
Yeah.
and to just rediscover ourselves.
And to talk about it.
Oh,
Talk about it, be
definitely.
open about it, so that we can,
Yes.
we can share it with our fellow women and be in
Yes.
understanding of each other. It shouldn't be this big secret.
No, it shouldn't.
Like just dealing with this stuff in silence,
That's true.
Have you heard of the grandmother hypothesis? The reason for menopause from an evolutionary perspective is that
our grandmothers carried us.
So it's that menopause evolved to allow older women to boost the survival and success of their descendants by shifting their role from reproducer to caretaker and knowledge holder for the family.
Yes.
And I think, it's a very beautiful hypothesis. And I think there's so much value in that. Just in the way you were saying how women are perceived as kind of useless after a certain age, but
by modern society.
But if we look at it from an evolutionary perspective, that role is so, 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 so important. Just thinking about my own grandmother or your own grandmother or my own mother, But we have to now see it from a modern perspective. How do we thrive after 40, after menopause, and what is our role after that? Yeah.
I think Forbes last year released Forbes 50 over 50 women just to honor women in their 50s and beyond. And the research says that women in post-50s are the most likely to succeed because childbearing years is behind them. They're no longer taking care of others. They really have time to shine in the workplace. Unfortunately, by that time, we've really lost a lot of women.
Absolutely.
Either to family roles, either to caretaking roles, either because they're not even able, because during menopause, we also lose a lot of women in the workforce. Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
So this is a time of great wisdom. You are at your best that you could ever be. You understand yourself. You're vibrant. You have the experience. You have the expertise. And women also bring a certain dynamic into the workplace. They're very intuitive, collaborative. They know how to get the best out of people. So those feminine leadership traits also come into play so much post 50. So I think that woman, a grandmother, the anecdote you gave about the grandmother is very true, because we become sort of oracles.
Absolutely.
If and only if it's channeled rightly.
Women are leaving the workforce at that time as well. But do you think they're more likely to also start businesses at that time because they're just kind of more equipped to do it, right?
Yes. In fact, most of the women around me, I see that they start their businesses post-retirement. Or right into maybe into after they've gotten kids and they don't want to go back to the workplace. And it gives them more flexibility. They understand what they want, and I think they're ready to be their own bosses. But I think the flexibility for me comes
first. The flexibility is everything,
especially when you have little kids.
Yeah, you need to be able to take some time off when you need it as well. You know? I think women are leaving the workforce because they're not accommodating to women going through menopause. But another thing is that I feel, having these talks, of course, is going in the right direction, but also putting it into policy around the workplace and making sure that there's no discrimination and really etching menopause as something that women that need to be protected during that time, even in the workforce, and making sure that has some legal bearing.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
I think the workplaces are now getting more alive to menstrual policies, slowly by slowly. But the more we give voice to what's happening to a woman during menopause, especially not just physically, but even emotionally.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you've heard about the menopause rage.
I've heard about it. I've heard about it.
The irritability.
Yes, I've heard about it.
The depression, the anxiety. Remember, and this is at a time when women are getting into C-suit. So
Yeah.
it can really mess up in terms of the leadership of that particular woman, especially if she lacks support. So it's a no-brainer for me that menopause legislation policy
Yeah.
should be in place, but it can't come if we don't agitate for it, if we don't
For
speak
sure.
about it, if we don't express in the workplace what you're going through, and even just creating a safe place for women to be able to express. But I feel like globally and also locally, the conversation is getting bigger and bigger, and it's going to get to a point where we're no longer able to ignore that.
Yeah. So when a woman is going through all these changes in their body, I think we're very conditioned to be sort of resilient and just go through it and push through, even in the workplace, whether we're running a business. We tend to just push through some of these things. And what would you say to a woman going through it and figuring out whether to listen to your body or take some time off? Yeah.
I think we live in a very male-dominated society. Women have just come into the workforce, maybe not more than 100 years. So by the time we got into the workforce, we got into the rhythms of the men.
Yeah. Designed
They're
by
men,
men.
they don't have a menstrual
don't have a cycle.
you know?
It's like day and night.
Yeah.
Day and night.
Yeah. So they're able to really push through.
Yeah.
And that's what we were told is the right way. So
Yeah.
you work 8 to 5, 5 to 6 days a week. You're expected to be at your best. But remember, being such a masculine environment, you see what it has caused us, you know.
Yes.
Male-dominated places, they don't support a lot of collaboration, very competitive places, very tough environments to work in. And women, we've been conditioned to that.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that lately there's been a shift to the feminine side in terms of leadership and the way we work and the way we feel. We're going back to the ages of our grandparents who worked with the cycles. Rest when you need to rest.
Rest when you need to rest.
Push when you need to push.
Yeah.
There are sometimes in your cycle you can really push. Take advantage of that.
Yeah.
We now, after post-COVID, we have flexi time.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that.
Yeah.
If you work best in the afternoons, push towards that. Take easy mornings. We have slow living as a lifestyle kind of thing. Take advantage of that. Listen to your body. Because we're just realizing that doesn't work for women.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't work for women. I also see women working out like crazy 30 days a week.
Guilty.
Listen to your cycle. The day you need to walk, the day you need to do your Pilates, do it. The day you need to do the HIIT, there are those days you can do it.
Yeah.
So I think now we are getting to a space and in the world where we are understanding the leaders who are voted the best leaders, whether male or female, embody feminine qualities in terms of leadership. So why not embrace that? And then you'll find that you're more balanced. You're able to work better with your teammates. They're able to understand each other. And it's true. If you embody those feminine qualities within yourself, you'll produce better results.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, better results.
We need both. We need both feminine and masculine.
Yes, just know when to apply them. So don't go, so you're leaning too much on the masculine.
Yeah.
And you're not
we need
paying
some balance.
Some balance is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if we acknowledge that, then I think we'd have even more women in spaces that are dominated by men to speak to that and normalize that kind of working with your cycle and just, being more in your feminine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because there's no harm in telling someone that, especially now when not everything has to be priority. There's no harm in telling someone I'll work on that in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Or can we reschedule that to such and such a time?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Can we not have a 7 a.m.? I had 7 a.m. Can we instead meet at 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone will die.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my approach.
I agree.
That's my approach.
I feel it.
How are you feeling, Alma, today? Didn't we agree to meet at a certain time because it works
Yeah.
for us?
Yeah.
And isn't this getting done?
Yeah.
The podcast is getting done.
It's getting done.
Yeah.
It's getting done.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to talk about positive circles and how you got started with positive circles. What
Yeah.
inspired you to start the business? How did you get to this point?
Wow. Well, I was working. I was working a C-suit. Burnt out like crazy.
You burnt out?
Oh. Not enough time for myself.
Yeah.
Poster child for that person who's pushing through everything.
Yeah.
Not enough time for my children. Not enough time for my husband. I remember going to not enough time to spend the money that I'm making. I remember I
Right.
used to go to the mall at night, late in the night to shop. One of the shops was Vivo, used to close quite late. And then I would just buy and then I'd go home. And it was okay for a while it lasted because you're getting results, sometimes not results, but you're pushing through life. COVID happened. That was one layer. Then the second layer is COVID happened. I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
And everything was shut
So
down.
you were struggling.
I was really struggling socially. And it was like, now I was in autopilot. Work home. You get into the supermarket, you have your mask in, out, or you're sending for deliveries. And I felt so disconnected, but I didn't know I was feeling so disconnected.
Yeah. You just didn't know what that feeling was?
Yeah, I was just in autopilot. So I remember in 2021, a group of friends, we decided to go to Diani on holiday. And it's been such a long time since I'd been in a group. It was really a good, vibrant group. And we talked about everything. And I remember feeling so alive.
Oh.
And I was like, this is what I've been missing. And this is what COVID robbed from us.
Yeah.
So I was so determined to recreate that. So positive circle started as a point of connection. It didn't start as anything else.
Yeah.
It was just a point of connection.
Yeah.
I felt disconnected. Other people around me felt disconnected. So a group of 12 of us, we met at Share Sonia.
Yeah.
And we just had conversations on self-love and self-care. And then I was so amazed. I'm looking at this person who I've always been talking to, and she's got such a wealth of knowledge. You know, nobody ever asks women for real. How do you feel about X, Y, and Z?
And
What
there's
do you-
other sides to women that you're just like, oh, I didn't know that about you.
Because
Yeah.
I talk to women, maybe we can talk about work.
Yeah.
We can talk about the kids.
Yeah.
But I never knew much about the people around me until
Yeah.
Positive Circle started.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love this. And every time the president would give directives that, 30 people could meet, every month he would give like directives,
Yeah.
we would meet.
Yeah.
So it started really as a place of connection at a time when the world was so disconnected.
Absolutely.
So we just wanted to meet as women, and then we started talking, and I got to know so many things just from that peer-to-peer learning. So
Yeah.
it was quite nice.
How did it go from that first event to now? Like,
Yeah.
what evolution did it take?
Yeah. So the first event was mostly just women
Yeah.
talking and discussing certain issues that affect them.
Yeah.
And we were not really keen on, I know we're talking about finances and we're only talking about this. We were specifically coming with very specific topics for the day. So if it's relationships, we're talking about that and we're unpacking it.
Yeah.
But I think the evolution has been that all women are different. All women want to relate to their spouses differently, and we'll never agree on that. All women want to parent differently. We'll never agree on that. So very quickly, we realized that women, they are just, for the women that are in positive circles, it's just a modern woman, either in career or business or raising their children. And very growth oriented. That's key.
Yeah.
Growth oriented. They want to learn, they want to grow, they want to impact. So five things that we saw very quickly.
Yeah.
They love anything to do with money.
Of course.
Money.
Of
So
course.
saving, investing, making more money.
Yeah.
Number two, career. They want to grow their career. How do I unlock from this level I'm in? What do I need to do to get to the next level? That was key. Number three, business. For those who are in business, either full time or side business. How can I make more money? How can I learn new skills that can grow my business? Number four, personal development. How can I be a better speaker? How can I brand myself better? How can I show up differently? How can I plan my goals differently?
Yeah.
And number five, they really want to give back.
Yeah.
So that's where the impact comes. So who can I support?
Yeah.
How can I work with you? Which woman can I work with? Which
That's very specific to
child?
women, though, as well, isn't it? The
It's
impact work.
very specific to women,
Yeah.
but I've also noticed it was a very big need within the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
would
yeah.
ask
Yeah.
specifically for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So once we figured that that's what our community wants and needs, we started tailoring the events and programs
Yeah.
around those
Around,
five
yeah.
pillars.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how did your community grow? Like, was it just through word of mouth? And your initial 12 members,
Yeah.
it went from that to
Yes.
how many members do you have now?
Yes. Right now, we've just started a membership program. We also have members, like we've got members from everywhere.
Yeah.
I think the community, both offline and online, is 5K plus.
Wow.
Yes. So people connect with us either through social media, or people connect with us either through the events, people connect with us through the WhatsApp community. Those are our three different touch points.
Okay.
And to answer your question, so that's how the community grew. We post things and people resonate with that. They want to come for an event.
Yeah.
Or someone is told, oh, Alma, there's this thing happening. Let's
Yeah.
go. So
Yeah.
friends connect and then they come.
Yeah.
Once they come, they want to know more. They want to do more. And I think it's just grown organically like that. Yes.
Did you ever look at any of the other women's networks and groups and think, okay, there's something missing here? Did that inform how you developed even your pillars and what was important to you?
Well, I didn't so much look at it outside than look in, because I'm a very big proponent of design thinking.
Yeah.
I have a background in tech. So when we were developing products, we were looking very much at the user and what's central to the user. So we just looked at who the positive circles woman was,
Yeah.
who is in our community, what do they want? Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
Because I know some circles are very business, maybe very business oriented, or maybe some are very focused on maybe lifestyle. And for us, we want to incorporate everything. That's why we always have dress codes, because
Yeah.
women love dressing
I
up
love
and looking
it.
good.
I love it. One thing about your events, like
Yes.
the women come ready. They're not playing around with the outfits.
No, because it's just one aspect of being a woman.
Of
You want to look
course,
good. You
it's
want to smell
important.
good.
Yeah.
You want to anticipate what will I wear.
And we're dressing for each other.
Yes.
And ourselves.
So
Okay.
it's a big part.
Yeah.
Women want to explore different places. Like they want to come here and be like, okay, where is this place? What are we eating? What,
Yeah.
They want to talk to each other.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes we give also sessions for people to talk. I want to talk to you. I want to know. They want to learn. So we are not really focused on you come here, you have to be serious. We are learning with this. No, we have to incorporate all the senses.
Yeah.
I wish I would even have trips, I
Yeah.
don't know, to wear so that we can experience and just be in this nice, yummy environment.
I love your events. I went to the brunch that you hosted and I just loved it. And one thing, aside from just the vibes and how well women dress and all of that, it was a networking event.
Yes, it was.
And what I really appreciated about it is that I felt very connected. I felt like it was a very genuine group of women just really wanting to connect. There was no shame or embarrassment. It was not a competition of who was accomplished and who was not. And then another thing is that when you go to some of these networking events, it can be very extractive.
Oh, yes.
Right? Like, who can I meet that's gonna
and
help
how
my
can I
life?
sell
Yeah,
my
how can I sell my business? How
business?
can I sell my story?
Yeah.
And I didn't catch that vibe at all. It was just, I loved it, I have to say. So thank you for hosting.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
I think when we curate the events, we are very deliberate on the outcome. So for that one, I knew for sure, number one, whenever people go for a networking event, first of all, they're so nervous.
Yeah.
First of all, feeling inadequate, like maybe I don't match up.
Should I be
Should
here?
I,
Do I belong
yeah,
here?
do I belong?
Yeah, no,
And
it's-
then there's another group which is feeling like someone will try and sell me something. So I'm very guarded, like I don't want anyone to sell me anything. So we made sure that we curate the program in such a way that it's very collaborative, such that we get to know each other. And most of the time in our events, we don't introduce each other ourselves
Yeah.
by our titles. We introduce with other values that we have, because we're not only what we do, right? We are
Yeah.
who we are.
Yeah.
So that's, I think it's been so ingrained in us that we look beyond titles, we look beyond what you can get. And we're also very intentional about saying that community is not about what you get, it's about what you give.
Absolutely.
So if you have two givers who are very willing to offer you and you're very willing to offer the other person, then I think you get to a good place where you're able to relate very well.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that.
I love that too.
The pillars that you're addressing, you said it's personal development, career growth, financial literacy, business leadership. I'd like to know if you've ever struggled with any of those areas.
Do you mean which area have I not struggled with? I've struggled with every single one.
Yeah, so tell us about a struggle that you're kind of that this community of women is helping you with. What are you learning from the community? Yeah.
Well, I think the human condition is about learning and growth.
Yeah.
Like the minute you stop learning and growing, man,
it's over.
It's over. Yeah.
It's over.
And there's always this. It's going to be challenges. All women, and I dare say everybody has challenges, right? It's just part of the human condition. We'll have challenges. Other people will navigate them better. Other people won't. I feel like the difference between those who navigate it better and those who don't are those who seek for help and those who seek resources either through people, through the internet, or anything like that. When it comes to personal development, I have to be very honest with you. I was a not very positive person.
I don't believe that.
If we're being honest.
Really?
I
don't.
It is a muscle that I have had to build and develop. Oh, yes. So just getting into a positive mindset has been so important. I am not the best planner or goal setter or goal harvester.
Okay.
I have a specific crazy way of working. So this has really helped me. Just by embodying and being of a positive mindset has helped me, and that's something I've learned from others within the network. Number two, goal setting. We always have this big vision boarding event that has taught me a lot about myself and the goals that I want to achieve in terms of dreaming big and planning for them. I dare say manifesting them. So that has been big. Quite recently, I really noticed that I need to improve my public speaking skills.
Really?
Oh, yes.
You really don't strike me as someone who struggles with public speaking, or
have you seen this? Listen, the people I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I need to improve. Okay, I'm at this level, but what if I am able to unlock that level? Because for me, that is so central to my work.
Sure, 100%. There's always room for
There's always room for improvement. And I feel like it's so central to what I do and the work that I would like to do.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for ways to improve. When it comes to my career, I really do wish that I had women ahead of me who would just hold my hand.
Why do you think that you haven't had women to hold your hand, like older women to hold your hand?
Wow. My answer would be a bit controversial.
Please do tell us, because I have a response to that as well. But I mean, it would be
the thing I got from Women in career and women in business is different. Women in business are really willing to hold your hand and show you the ropes. But women in career who are older than us, millennials, they really suffered. And they want you to suffer. And they will go as much as telling you that, why are you choosing your child over your work? Choose your work. Your work will never leave you. And they grew up in such a, and I don't blame them because the way they grew and in their career, it was blood, sweat, and tears. And I find that there's an easier way to do it.
Yeah.
So I've never really been able to get career women mentors because I struggle with that. But women in business, older coaches, I think they get it.
Yeah.
I think they get it. But what's your take? What's your take, Alma? What's your take? I want to listen.
I mean, I think my take is really similar to yours, to be honest. I think, yeah, and it probably applies to women at the workplace versus women in business. It's really different. But I agree with you. Like, I think women, corporate girlies, should I say, I feel like there was only one seat at the table for a very long time. And I think that kind of just makes guys a bit protective, hardened. You know, they really had to struggle. I think also just women in business, I mean, the struggle is a little bit different. And it's usually, there's space for everyone, I feel. There's space for, you can start a business and do whatever you want. And so I think there's more space for the women founders, women entrepreneurs.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I feel so too. So it's really been a struggle, but I think that now it's upon us.
Yeah.
Because now we are like the big girls.
Yeah,
now.
with the aunties.
Because we are the aunties.
The
you know,
aunties.
we've got women who are 20 years younger than us
Yeah,
getting into the workforce now.
Yeah.
So we've got a big role to play in terms of orienting them into a very a culture that is supportive and is enabling and is that gives room for everyone to thrive and shine and not just to survive.
Yeah. What I hope to do with this podcast is really inspire younger women, especially, and just inspire them to do what they want and inspire them to start their businesses, inspire them to try everything they can try, and just let them know that we got their back, you know?
100%.
I really wish I had that, you know.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We didn't have that. We've got positive circles under 25. And it caters to the woman who is either in uni, just graduated, looking for a job, or just in their first job.
Yeah.
And I keep telling them, you guys are so lucky.
So lucky.
Because we didn't have anyone holding our hand. We didn't have anyone telling us, now if this boss is hitting on you, what to do.
What you need to do, exactly.
We didn't have nobody. We just had ourselves and a lot of grit. And we made it, but barely.
Yeah.
So they don't have to have it as
They don't have
tough.
to have it as hard.
So I'm really happy, and I'm going to be bringing some of them to you because they need so much support.
I would love to. I think that's something that I've thought about, since I met you, especially. Is mentoring younger women. I haven't had the opportunity to do that.
Do it.
And I've always been looking for a mentor. I've never thought about mentoring others. So I realized that, you know, there has to be
like a circular
motion. And I realized the importance of mentoring.
Especially now when there are so many opportunities. I mean, you can become a drone pilot. Did you have that opportunity?
There was you were growing up. I'm just like,
a drone pilot. Like what? Like they live in such a fantastic time.
Yeah.
So
they really do.
They really have a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, and then their children will have jobs that
amazing.
Can't even think of. Can't even fathom. So, yeah, no, I'd love to mentor someone, and I hope you give me that opportunity.
There's the platform. Anytime, let's talk about it. Let's make a plan 2026.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, I want to know, how you turned it into a business, right?
Is it a business?
Well, it is a business.
Well, yes, it has to be sustainable. So you have to use a good business
Even if
model.
it's not a business yet.
Yes, it is a business.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a social impact business.
Exactly.
So we're more focused on impact, but at the same time, we have to be sustainable.
Absolutely.
So we have to make money.
Yeah.
To sustain the business, to
Yeah.
sustain the programs,
Yeah.
but not to become multi-millionaires, which I wish, okay, maybe one day, who knows?
Look,
But for now, we are so open to impact that, but it's such a hard balance, let me tell you,
It is.
Alma.
I'd
It's such
imagine
a
so.
hard balance.
I'd imagine so.
And 2 weeks ago, I wanted to shut down, and I called 5 people, and I was telling them, I can't do this. I can't.
Why?
do
Why
this
couldn't you do this
anymore? I can't do this. If I would put the same time, money, and effort, I would be a multi-millionaire.
Really?
The heart I put into, But when you see the impacts on the other side,
your why is way too strong.
oh, the why is too big.
It's way too strong.
And when you see that things align and people come, partners come and they align, you're not making money, but you're not also putting you're not taking out. But there's a lot of room for growth and there's a lot of room for learning. And I'm like, what we do is worth it.
Yeah,
It's really worth it. But it's a social impact business. So we are more focused on impact, but we also have to have a business model that makes sure that we are sustainable, that the lights are on, that we do what we're supposed to do. Yeah.
And so right now, dare I ask, are the lights on? Are they staying on?
The lights are on.
The lights are
on. And
Is it sustaining itself?
It is sustaining itself.
Okay.
But we want more growth. We want to have a premises people can come into.
Okay.
We want to have more programs. And we don't want to necessarily, we want to work with partners, but we don't want to feel like we have to work with you just for the money.
Right.
We are looking more for alignment more than anything else. Then if we are able to get synergy in terms of grant money, in terms of partner money, donor money, that's cool. But alignment comes first.
Alignment
and you
comes first.
cannot make such choices if you're desperate for money.
It's true.
If you're not sustainable.
It's true.
Then you hardly have that choice. Yes.
You have to figure out a way to be sustainable, I think.
Definitely.
And then, But I think, it's really important. The work you're doing is really important. And like you said, alignment is the first thing. But I think because of your passion and because of the impact you're making, I feel like you would do this for free anyway.
I would, yes.
But if you stick to that, I feel like the money is going to come. Eventually, whatever you're trying to do will happen and the money will come as
I always hear this story. I'm always hearing the money will come. Where's the money? Where's the money?
I'm not seeing it.
But that's so true.
Because
right now, I think we've laid a very good foundation.
Yeah.
Because even when we go to different partners, we go to different women, and we say positive circles, we've been able to build a brand for the last 4 years that is now getting recognition.
Yeah.
I can walk into a room and at least 2 women have heard about it. I can explain what we do and people are able to connect the impact.
Yeah.
So it's not for nothing.
Yeah.
And sometimes we think that brands were built within 2 days. Brands were built over time.
Yeah.
And so I think we're at the perfect point where we're able to really leverage and maximize what we've been growing. We're always pivoting. That's another thing you need to do in business. You have to keep pivoting, right? You can't just do the same things and get bad results.
Over again. Yeah, you have to try.
Yes,
you have to try different things.
And you have to be able to be willing to fail and fail very fast.
Yeah.
And learn fast and reiterate
Yeah.
until you get that sweet spot where you're like, this is our
it's at.
space. Because I feel like we are really, also next year we're going to be pivoting.
Really?
Oh, yes.
So, okay. So I want to...
You want an exclusive or what?
I do.
You want an exclusive? Now you have to call me back next year. Now we are really going to change it all over. Because events,
It's not working?
It's working, but the impact, we want to measure that, and we want to do it in a better way.
Okay.
So yeah. So now what keeps me up at night is, and I'm going to be doing this November and December, is just going to be a thinking period for me and my team.
Right.
I'm going to be going into workshops with different women. I'm going to be talking to them a lot to see what is it exactly that they feel that can grow them in such a way that we're like, okay, Alma, when you joined us, you were here. But now, in 6 months, in 1 year, in 2 years, we're here. And you can clearly see and see the growth curve. But if we have the events, then we're not able to do that. So that means what? That we have to think through.
You need to be able to track everyone's progress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Next year we'll talk once we launch that. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, I'm really excited to hear about that. I want to be part of that.
You're already part of that.
No, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, if you're okay, you have a plan for next year. Do you have a plan for 5 years? Or you just kind of
I think those 5-year plans, I think they belong in the
trash.
not in the trash, but it really made sense like 50 years ago when things were very predictable.
Yeah.
COVID came. Everyone wanted to do digital transformation in their organizations. The IT manager failed. I don't know, the tech manager failed. But COVID was the biggest driver of digital transformation in organizations.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, all I know in 5 years is that I want to be working with women in business and in career to get to the next level. How that looks like might be different.
Sure. But have you thought about maybe the impact, like in terms of even numbers? Because clearly it's impact driven, right?
Oh, yes.
This is an impact venture.
I want to be in a chapter in every county in Kenya.
I love that.
And I want us to go Pan-African, and I want us to serve the African diaspora.
I love
that for sure we are going to do.
Yeah.
But how it looks and feels could be different.
Yeah.
Because what I'm learning now is that pivoting happens a lot.
You have to be agile.
You have to be so agile in this day and age. And there are so many platforms and there are so many models that we can choose from. And people want different things. And I'm not going to recreate the wheel. I'm going to just add a layer onto it.
Yeah.
So I feel like I really want to work with growth-oriented women. Just as I've told you, for them to have a platform where they can grow, impact, and connect.
Yeah.
That's it. Get a lot of pushback maybe from this business strategists, but let's hear what they have to say.
I don't think so.
No, this is a good opportunity to start a conversation around strategy.
Actually, you know what? I think that even the business strategist, that's fine. That's a great job to have. But unless you have, I want to talk to a business strategist who's running a business. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great job. And I think there's a purpose for it.
Yeah.
But I really think that success of business doesn't have too much to do with strategy. I think it has more to do with resilience, honestly. I don't, and your agility and your ability, because you can come up with all the strategies that you want to come up with. You can come up with whatever plan you want, and you can execute and all that stuff. But sometimes it doesn't work out. So how resilient are you? How agile are you to be able to move quickly into the next plan or the next strategy? So I think I really don't think it has anything to do with I have this great strategy into how I'm going to achieve this. Do you have the mental capacity
to do it?
And
also, can you prove the concept?
Yeah.
Number one, can you prove the concept? Can the concept make money?
Yeah.
And if the concept make money, for how long?
Yeah.
What are some of the external factors? So I feel like having a 5-year plan. Okay, you can have a good plan of where you want to be.
Yeah.
But the middle, sometimes you have to change tactics.
You have to change it up.
You have to reiterate.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a place that businesses will have to go.
Yeah. I agree. But a business strategist is a great job. I wasn't trying to knock on
Yes, we all want that
on
job.
No, it's to me it's about resilience. To me it's like what's the plan after things don't work
Don't
out?
work, yeah.
Yeah. What's the plan?
Yeah,
How are
that's
we gonna
true.
get through
Like
this?
if we're not getting that one client who's going to give you XYZ, how are you going to make it?
Yeah. How are you gonna make it?
Yeah.
Is there a specific story, an impact story that made you feel like you were in the right place?
Yeah. I think the stories I think they're at every turn, but I think the most significant for me was the second event we had was a screening. So screening this documentary called Unwrapped, and it followed the lives of 3+ size women in Kenya. And they followed them for about 3 to 4 years,
Yeah.
just documenting their journeys.
Yeah.
So I connected with one of them called Sarah Mukabana, and we decided to have a screening because we wanted to address the issue of body positivity.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the documentary privately. So we just sat like four of us. It was myself, Sarah, another friend, Sheila, and Jazz. I don't know if you know Jazz Mystery. She was a radio presenter. So we watched it privately. It was really moving, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So we go to the screening, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, "Who's cutting on?"
Oh.
Like women were crying and they were bawling. They were crying and they were bawling. And I was like, is it that I'm so removed? And then I remembered I had watched it. It was very moving.
Yeah.
So I'm able to just watch
Yeah.
and see everything unfold. So after the screening, we had a talk with the therapist, as well as the 3 women whose lives were being changed, whose lives were being followed. And I remember women were unpacking so much during that, around shame, around how they feel about their bodies, about what they've had to endure. And there was a lot of rawness. And I was like, okay, this is also a healing circle. It's not only about all these things we're talking about, learning and you want to be this superhero kind of woman.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of healing that happens within those spaces. And I think for me, that has been like the biggest one because people started remembering things from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And how they've been made to feel because of their bodies.
Yeah.
It was a lot of heavy stuff, which some I can't even mention, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
So that gave me a very early resolve that this is not just, it's just not a platform which people come and get. It's something that people are doing together and healing together and growing. I remember that day I said that this is a healing circle.
Yeah.
It's really a healing circle.
I can see how emotional that it can be. And so for you, I'd imagine that there's these heavy, heavy moments. How do you separate or keep a healthy distance from these heavy stories and heavy moments?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if you can ever keep a distance, but you can unpack and you can debrief.
Because I'd imagine there's a lot that happens.
Yeah, there's a lot that happens. There's a lot of heavy moments.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of excitement. It's almost kind of like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But one thing I always do after every event is that I just debrief.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Of course, there's a lot of post-event, post-activity details that we have to take care of, especially administratively. But once that's done, I take off.
Yeah.
Sometimes I take off immediately with instructions.
Really?
I take off. I'll go somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'll travel somewhere, or I'll just it'll be a slow week. Like now, next week, Monday, I'm not in Nairobi. I have to unpack a lot. I also honor myself, and I always understand that. And I also always prepare myself and those around me. Before this time, I'm going to be so busy, guys.
Yeah,
if you look for
yeah.
me, you will not find me.
Yeah.
If you're talking to me and I'm distracted, I'm so sorry. if you want to go with me somewhere, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I really do honor myself.
Yeah.
I know that this work-life balance thing is a myth.
It's not real.
It's not real.
Yeah.
So I just integrate.
Yeah.
I try, and when I need to work, I will work.
Yeah.
And when the downtime times come, I will go for my downtime. I will rest. I will schedule time. This week I've been really scheduling a lot, like with friends. Like today I'm meeting you. I have a catch up with my friend in the afternoon. Yesterday was spa day with the girls.
Oh, I love that.
This evening I'm going to meet my networking group.
Yeah.
We are having soup, mutura and soup. And that's final.
Yes.
Friday, it's deliberately.
Yeah, you really have to fill your
to
cup.
fill my cup.
Yeah.
And then I've told you, November and December is a thinking months for me. And my friends are like, how lucky are you that you just get to sit and think? I'm like, it's very deliberate.
Yeah.
It's very planned.
Yeah.
It's actually, I'm looking at it as work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
It
to.
is work.
You
So
have to.
finding that balance, no one will find it for you. You will find it yourself. And you have to be so unapologetic about it.
100%.
And you have to realize that there'll be tough times where you'll have to push, just as we were saying earlier, but then give yourself reprieve if you can.
Yeah.
If you can afford it, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. If today I can want to sleep until 9, I will sleep until 9 and no one will make me feel guilty. Even though you wake up, you'd ask me, "Ndo unamka, ndo unamka." Yes, because I can.
And what?
Because you don't know, I've been waking up at 3 a.m. for the last 2 weeks.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
So I don't have to explain anything to anyone. And I love that about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unapologetic. Yeah. What would you tell 25-year-old Deborah about yourself today and your self-worth and who you are?
Wow. 25-year-old Deborah, man. She was a firecracker. I mean, I thought I could take on the whole world,
Really?
like with one swoop.
I miss a 25-year-old
Yeah, Alma.
self. Yeah, no, I mean I get that.
You get that? You know, you're young and foolish.
Yes, young and dumb. You can do anything, and no one can tell you nothing.
Oh my gosh! I felt like, but at the other side, it was such a. In as much as you feel like you can do anything, it was such an uncertain time. You don't know how your life would turn out. You don't know whether the things you're doing will be mistakes. But I remember one uncle of mine told me, Uncle Tito Okuku, he told me, the 20s is the time to experiment with everything. Because I was really experimenting and I was like, all my friends are just doing internship after internship, management trainee, and then they're on the fast track.
Yeah.
But me, I'm just trying everything
hanging out.
and I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, this I love, this I love. But I very quickly came to know that was something I thought was a weakness. I turned it into a strength. So Alma, I only do project-based work. I can never do these long-term things because I will just not be very good at them. So I have very short bouts. Even at my work, I used to be so good at project-based work. So what I tell my 25-year-old self is that it's going to be okay.
It's going to be
It's
okay.
going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine.
Just keep trying things.
Keep trying things. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's all going to work out. And that career you always wanted, because I've always wanted to do positive circles since I was 18.
Really?
I always used to look at my fellow girls. I'm like, we need to help ourselves.
Yeah,
no one
we
is
help
helping
each other.
us. But I didn't have the resources to do it. I had the idea to do it. I didn't know even where to start. Talk to people. You don't have the presence to be able to carry out an idea. So I'm going to tell the 25-year-old girl that we made it.
Yeah.
We really did. We're at a place where we can walk into rooms, we can invite people, we can talk to, I don't know which doctor who's based where, and she comes. Dr. Mushiri, I connected with her in February. She's based in the UK. She came in October, and we made an event happen. I would never have done that at 18. So all these years of experience led me to this place.
Right.
it led me to this place. So we've come full circle.
Yeah.
What we wanted to do then, I forgot about that. Went through 20 years, always thinking of what I wanted to do in glimpses and in dreams and in conversation. But 20 years later, came full circle.
Yeah.
So it's going to be okay. We're going to make it and we're doing it and we're here. And we are so happy.
Oh.
We're so happy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what have your kids taught you about business? And what are you teaching them?
Ooh. I think my kids are so different.
Yeah.
My kids are very different. Like for my firstborn, one day he came and told me a story. Mommy, do you know the story of the Oreo brothers? I'm like, I don't know. It's like one of them had Oreos and another one of them had another brand. And now there are two brothers who have both biscuit brands. And I'm like, wow, their mom is so lucky.
Oh.
That's all I said. He went and told his dad, you know what? The day I make money, I'm not giving any of that money to you guys. Because mommy wants all my money. That's the translation.
Oh, wow.
He told the dad, mommy wants all my money. So when he came back, I'm like, but I only said the mom is lucky.
Is lucky to
I didn't
have
say
children who are
anything else. So what that taught me is that you're on your own in terms of you have to make it.
You're on your own.
We are on our own. I know we know it, but for real, when it comes to career business, you really have to make your own systems work. The profit is on you. Nobody's coming to save you. Not anyone from outside, not your children. If you don't have systems, you're not making money.
That's
so
it.
You really have to be at the driving seat in your business. Of course, you'll ask for help and everything, but no one's going to save you. You have to do those things yourself and build those bridges. Number two, on the other side, my other son, one day he was going for a concert within the estate and the entry fee was 20 bob. And he said he wants 20 bob for a lollipop. So I gave him 40 bob. So I put one in his hand. I told him this one is for paying entry. This one is for lollipop. Guess what? He bought 2 lollipops. So I'm being called later. I got 20 bob. I'm like, well, I already gave the 20 bob. Don't trust people so much. Even your own children, eh? You asked me what I learned from my kids. Hey, even your kids can let you down. So always I was like, how dumb was I? I should have given him 20 bob and then he pays. Then he come and then gets the lot because it was just there. So why did I trust him with 40 bob? Yeah. Other than that, my kids really teach me a lot. And they also the kids of nowadays, they know so much.
Yeah,
the other day, my son was asking me, like, he's a game developer.
Yeah.
And he was asking me, Mommy, I need you to buy some equity for, because I want to build my game. I'm like, how much? He's like, hey, give me some crazy high figures. And I'm like, how did you even value your company? How did we get here? And then he's like, he did some wild calculation. I'm like, okay, sounds plausible. Number two, the other day we were having lunch and they asked me, Mommy, do you know what an elevator pitch is? And I was like, thank God.
They know what elevator pitches are?
I'm like, thank God for the event we had on the art of public speaking because, of course, I know what an elevator pitch is.
Did you know before?
Oh, yes, I did. Do you know my 7-year-old has an elevator pitch?
Wow.
So what I'm just learning is that the world is really changing. And young people, they are so switched on.
For sure.
And even us, it's incumbent on us just to be so with the program, you learn new things,
nurture them and
implement things and grow things so that even as they're looking up to you because we have to model good behavior, then they're also learning some things. And hopefully I hope they'll just grow and I'm trying to also incorporate. I told you about this. I want to incorporate them in the business.
Yeah.
Slowly by slowly, they need to be learning and
they do
being part of that business.
They do.
Because I think they'll also learn a lot from me in terms
sure.
of what I do, and I'll also learn from them.
Yeah.
So that's what.
I love that. My parents never brought me into their business.
And were they both business people?
Yeah, Actually, no, I'm lying.
Your
They
mom
did. My mom did. My mom had a store.
So what
for a
were you
long time.
doing for your mom?
Oh my God, so many. I was doing manicures and pedicures.
Oh, nice.
As like
Look
a
at
teenager,
that.
and then running the store.
Like
and
people let
everything.
you do their nails.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I was trained at the time. I was trained to do it.
Yeah.
So I did that for a little bit, but even just running the business, and like I learned a lot from that.
I think it's such a good way of, first of all, keeping our kids out of trouble, and second of all, building and growing their skills.
Yeah.
Because these kids, by the time they're 18, I think they should have enough skills to be able to support themselves in one way or the other.
Yeah.
So we do them a great disservice by not using time in our business as teachable moments.
Yes,
for them to
absolutely.
learn, even though it's just communication skills.
Yeah.
And already they know so much. I'm sure if you tell your child to edit for you like a
Not
5
my
minute
2-year-old
video.
or 5-year-old.
Oh, you have the 2 and the 5. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, my
There you
11-year-old.
go.
He can edit for you, like just a short video.
Yeah.
They will just put the effects. So I mean, why not also use the good skills they have to run your business? And I think it's a win-win.
No, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, as soon as they can understand, I'm definitely going to bring them
Try
in
that
and-
5-year-old. I think there's something
think
there.
the 5-year-old
I think
is-
that
She's
5-year-old.
smarter than she appears.
She has some gems.
Yeah. She's into like photography now. She likes to take pictures on the phone or on the iPad. So she's into that. Yeah, so I need to
She can create for us content.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. She loves it.
Yeah.
So no, but as soon as I can bring them into
the
business, I'm doing it.
Perfect.
In a rush. Okay, let's move on to the quick fire questions. So these are just really fast responses, 1-2 words. If you can.
If I can.
One supplement or wellness habit you swear by.
Magnesium.
Magnesium?
Yeah.
What does magnesium do?
I'll tell you.
It relaxes muscles.
It relaxes muscles, better sleep. Bone health. Yeah.
One self-care ritual you never skip.
Nighttime routine for my skin.
Your face. I can see your face. Your skin. It glows.
Don't miss that.
It glows.
Yes.
The hardest lesson entrepreneurship taught you.
Choose your partners carefully.
What's one thing you delegate without guilt now?
I think emails.
One thing you now value more than ambition.
I think impact.
Impact. One thing women over 40 should stop believing.
But nobody will ever love them. No man will ever love you.
What's wrong with you?
Well, let's also something different.
What is wrong with you?
You're not going again.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, it was really fun. It
Yeah,
was really
I really
nice.
can't wait to see what Positive Circles turns out to be.
5 years.
And
right?
I'm excited to see and be part of that journey, hopefully, as well. And yeah, I really appreciate you and the work that you do.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
I love everything.
Thank
Your
you.
confidence,
Thank
the
you.
questions,
Thank
very
you.
insightful. I hope someone gets at least 2 gems.
Yes.
At least 2.
You dropped so many gems.
At least 2, but we are hoping for at least 2.
No, you dropped more than that.
More than that.
More than that.
So-
Absolutely.